At the clinic, we talk a lot about justice and love. For us, this is the heartbeat, the essence of what it means for us to work out our vocations on behalf of the most vulnerable. We care about justice, and we think about justice in such a way that we hope reflects God's character, God's heart for the quartet of the vulnerable, the poor, the immigrant, the orphan, and the widow.
Rich came to the low-income tax clinic a little over a year ago with a huge, massive tax burden. Rich had been in prison. He had served 2 years in prison. Everybody deserves grace and a second chance. He had no idea that the tax liability was actually erroneous.
When I went into prison, I was broken. I was still broken pretty much when I came out. And I was able to share with my now ex-wife my experiences and all there. And she said, you know, you're a changed man. But even though she said that, I did not realize that myself. And as things progressed over the next year or so, I learned once again that if Jesus Christ was truly my Lord and Savior, and He had forgiven me, that I needed to forgive myself. And so the whole process from the time of being charged up until now has really been a process of renewal from beginning to end. So, you know, in the truest sense of what Jesus asks us to do to become renewed, I'm in the process of accomplishing.
The work we do here is so important because God calls us to defend the cause of the weak. What I love the most is that moment where after the client has shared their story, we've become a little vulnerable with each other, drawn a little close, and then there's that moment where I can pray over the client.
After I shared with Dee Dee what had occurred that brought me to her, she sat down and prayed with me. She came around from the desk and we held hands and she prayed with me. And that was very moving. What I would like to say to Patrick and Dee Dee goes beyond what words could possibly give.
Let's say that we see a young immigrant child that has a very strong asylum case. But if they don't know how to articulate that to a judge, if they don't know how to file for an immigration petition, then they can't be granted relief. Yasmina had been a client of the clinic for many years. So we were eventually able to get her VAWA case approved, and we applied for her green card. While her green card was pending, she got very ill. She was actually diagnosed with leukemia. She was in chemo during her immigration process, and literally her dying wish was to bring her son, her youngest son, Harrison, into the United States.
My mother first, she came over here by herself. She left me and my two brothers in Guatemala. Then she brought me and my older brother over here with one of my uncles. However, she did not have enough money to bring all of us. So we left my little brother behind over there in Guatemala. Unfortunately, did not get processed in time. She was not able to see him. However, one of her biggest wishes did get accomplished, which was getting him over here. I hope for him to go to school, learn English. He would like to get a criminal justice degree.
I think that just working with this population every day and seeing how immigration status can change a person's life can really affect the way that people view immigration.
Unfortunately, there's more people that need help than more people that is willing to help. A lot of places close the doors on us, and however, the Christian Legal Clinic, you guys helped us. I feel like God led me to this place.
Latasha was wonderful. She's one of my favorite clients in that she's everything that I hope for in a client. You know, she had, a typical hardship. She lost her job, and with that, lost the ability to pay her mortgage. But she was so willing to fight for the right to keep her house.
I sought help for my housing after my dad passed. I kind of was like, I got stuck, and then my job closed, and my daughter got hurt, so it was like I didn't want to do it. I just got overwhelmed.
People like Latasha can do anything. Their biggest struggle, I think, is convincing themselves that they can do it.
How would somebody want to help me and then they don't know me, or I did all this messing up on my own, but they're willing to take all this time to fix it, and I'm the one that messed it up? There's a lot of people that don't know that this service is available on both ends, the housing and the expungement office. As of today, from October of 2014 till now, it's like 13 people that got their background expunged. My daughter got hers done first, and she's 23, and now she works at Allison's Transmission.
It's such an honor to be able to come in every single day and know that everyone is coming from a good spot. And it's not that, no one complains with haste. Nobody hates what they do, because we're all doing important things and we're all doing things that matter. And that's beautiful.
The minute I got the call and said my background was expunged, it's like I was walking through the city council, people thought I was crazy, because I was like, 16 years of this, I'm 41. I've been holding this stuff on my background since I was 22. Since I was able to breathe. Just breathe.
To promote justice, to make sure people have access to right judgments and to right relationships between warring parties, is a demonstration of love for that person. Because it takes sacrifice, it takes compassion, it takes a willingness to risk on behalf of the most vulnerable. All these attributes were modeled perfectly by Christ, the one whose name we bear.